Welcome, Prowl Nation. It's lunchtime. Detroit Lions talk coming at you. And we're brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. Today, we're going to talk about benching some young players and a bunch more coming in the show. But first, let me bring in my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And you know what you got to do. Get on this bus, Gus. Join us. If you haven't done so already, what you waiting on? Click that subscribe button. It ain't cost you no money. It's free. And we need you right here. That March of 10,000 is on. But before we get into all that, it's time to bring in the coolest member of the crew. The ladies love him. My man, LL Cool Tones. What's up, my guy?
What's up? What's up? What's up? And good morning, Proud Nation.
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back to the show, Prowl Nation. And we're going to talk about right now in our main course, Dan Campbell hints at benching some young players. What do you got for me, Curt?
All right, in the annals of too much too soon, some of these young players definitely not getting too much playing time too soon. You had some just, especially the secondary. The secondary is just really, really young. You got guys like A.J. Parker, the phenomenal one, and then you have the young fella who got converted right before this season from a safety to a corner, and I'm talking about Bobby Price. He's had some good things out there on the field. He showed some good things, but this last game, man, I mean, what's his name? Mooney took his lunch money and everything. I mean, he just go ahead and say run your pockets because he ate him up for all the yards during this game. It was something terrible. I felt bad for the young fella because playing corner, is a lonely position, and you have to have a short memory. But when things keep happening over and over and over again, and that's the definition of insanity, you have to kind of make some changes. And we have a experienced veteran we kind of brought in, and he hasn't had any playing time really yet, and that's Daryl Worley. You look at him, he's on the roster, he has experience, maybe time to bring him in, sit Price down for a while. But you kind of look at how Price got shoved into this role. You have Jeff Okudah went down, and then Iffy came in, Melifonwu came in, he was doing his thing, and then he went down. So Price kind of got shoved to the wolves, you know what I'm saying? And it was just too much for him. You look at this roster, you have a lot of young players playing, and I know a lot of people would, think that he may be talking about a lot of different players where some people think he's maybe talking about Derek Barnes is playing too much. Well, I don't think that at all because he needs to be playing more. And got Jim rocking that spiffy new Barnes jersey that came in the mail, man, that's fresh. But you look at it, what he's talking about, it has to be Bobby Price. I mean, he's been getting cooked the last couple of games, well, especially against the Bears. He got cooked and cooked well done. I mean, that's what he was the definition of toast. You know what I'm saying? So he got burnt a lot. You look at that game. I feel bad for the young fella because he just kind of got thrown to the wolves. And the reason why I kind of feel bad for him because he switched positions and got fed to the wolves. Yeah. Because you take a natural safety, put him at corner because he's athletic, because he got some skill set to do that, and then all of a sudden he's starting corner opposite Amani Oruwariye. That's a tough pill to swallow for a young fella.
It really is.
It is. But Dan Campbell and his staff's going to have to do what they can do. Like I said, hopefully they can bring in Daryl Worley, have him play some more, and put some experience in that secondary. And another name that's out there that maybe getting some more playing time is Dean Marlowe. He's been taking some snaps from both of our safeties. He's been taking some snaps from Tracy Walker and from Will Harris. But I think that I do like the tandem of Dean Marlowe and Tracy Walker more than I like the tandem of Dean Marlowe and Will Harris. So
I think Will Harris and Tracy Walker are very similar in the fact that they're very good in the run game, but poor in coverage.
Yeah, so I think Marlowe's better in coverage. You bring him in, you substitute one of those guys out, and that you have a better secondary in the back end. So that's what it is. Dan Campbell said we got to make some adjustments, and you just look at this roster, and they're just getting younger because they keep getting the veterans keep getting injured, and
True.
In some situations, it's not going to be feasible for a younger player not to play because you just look at the depth chart and there are guys that are next man up.
Yeah, but you talk about secondary being young. I mean, our veterans is Okuda, who's a second-year player, and behind him was Melanfamu, who's a draft pick. I mean, really don't have the depth there, and that's okay. But Dan Campbell, in my assessment of this situation, is Dan Campbell is being true to his word. He said before, if the mistakes keep happening over and over and they're not corrected, so he said these guys are going to make mistakes, but I don't want them to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And he saw that they were making the same mistakes. So he's going to make a move. And that just shows that, he is self-aware. He knows what's going on, and he's going to make the adjustment based on how they are not progressing. So if Bobby Price starts showing progression again in practice and everything, I'm sure he's going to get some reps back. But for now, I think benching is a good thing for this young man.
Yeah. You got to perform. So I get it. But I understand everything, that both you guys said. I'm right along with, with Curt. It's probably just tough for him. They thought that he could do it and he showed that maybe he can't. But one thing, of course, maybe we didn't sign him. I thought we were supposed to be bringing back, was it Roby Coleman or was it Dunbar? We're supposed to be bringing back somebody.
Oh, Dunbar, he signed elsewhere. Forgot where he signed.
Yep.
I think he signed Kansas City or something. He didn't come back.
Wasn't here. That's next man up. Let's see. I guess it can't get much worse. Maybe next. I would like to see. I'm interested in Bobby Price's future on our team as a safety instead of a corner.
Yeah,
good take.
I like that. And to your fans out there, the overreaction has gotten really ridiculous. I saw the Scooby-Doo mask thing where they took off the Dan Campbell mask and it was Matt Patricia. It's totally two different people, two totally different rosters. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Matt Patricia took over a pretty decent roster when he came here and got rid of everyone. And then now Dan Campbell has to rebuild from him getting rid of everyone. So you look at the roster, this is not the same. Matt Patricia and Dan Campbell are eons apart. So don't even go with that. So it's time, my man. Jim, what you got for your family discussion topic for today?
Well, we think it was Bobby Price, but he didn't really specifically say who he was going to be sitting down. Could be somebody else. Who do you think Dan Campbell was talking about? And do you think he's right in this situation? So that's the family discussion topic for today. If you like the video and you like all of us here, please click that like button. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you can do this for us, if you haven't subscribed already and you've been watching the content, please hit the subscribe button because as Curt says, it's free. What do you say, Curt? It's free?
It's free. It's $3.99 free. If you need more free, it's 50 free cent. There you go. That's all the free you need. Hey, we appreciate you right here on this show right here, man. If you want to take care of your man bits, go over to manscaped.com. Your order will be 20% off and free shipping if you use the code DLOTP. So go over to Manscaped. I'm telling you, the deodorant is definitely good. Get yourself clean, keeps you nice and fresh. So go ahead and check it out at manscaped.com. Jim, what's your news and rumors topic for today?
My news and rumors topic is Jonah Jackson says the Lions' success is just a matter of finishing. He thinks the offensive line is gelling and good. Even with Ragnow out, he said they're moving all the way down the field. It's just that finishing, getting that touchdown, getting the points instead of settling for field goals or settling for 4th and 1 or settling for 0, basically.
Right. But
I have to say something on this. The Bears defense is predicated on allowing you to go down the field and then just clamping down on you on the
bend but don't break.
The bend but don't break. And they play it better than a lot of people do. That's their scheme. That's their game. And we fell prey to that on Sunday. We really did. We moved the ball all the way down the field. They clamped down on us, and that was it. We just couldn't score. So credit their defense, actually, in that thing. But also I understand what Jonah Jackson is saying right there. Hey, you know what? We have a fantasy draft. And guess who you get to play against? The man of steel himself, Curt Steele. You want to challenge your skills? Play that man right there. See what you got, man. Go to the link in the description and go play Curt. Curt, what you got on that?
Yeah, good. You know, you can go head to head against your man Curt Steele over there at Super Draft. It's down in the description below. I got a 3-person contest, so I got 2 slots available. So come on, get your fantasy football on against the man Curt Steele.
Bring it.
Yeah, for Jonah Jackson, I hear what he's saying. And the Chicago defense isn't the only defense we move the ball on. We've moved the ball consistently all season. Like in the annals of Captain Obvious, duh. Yeah, we got to get in the end zone. It's just a thing of finishing. So I agree with him 100%. You have to get the ball in the end zone.
Is Jonah Jackson Captain Obvious? No,
yeah, you gotta
be. possibly. But no, I agree 100%. It's a matter of finishing. But more so just maybe on some aspects, just playing to the whistle, executing the right way. You know, it's that a matter of finishing could be a euphemism for so many things.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, if you like this content, like this video, share the video, comment on the video, and get on this bus, Gus. Get on the train, Wayne, and ride Clyde, because we need you right here, and we're getting that march of 10,000. So go ahead and click the subscribe button for us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And while you're out on the internet, go over and check us out on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. Matthew Ferguson does a great job with some good articles over there. The man's so good, he even profiled himself. So that's what I'm talking about. That's how good of a writer he is. And this was a great article. So go over there and check it out. Definitely.
Also, one more thing on Lions Nation Unite. Valerie has been putting out some content. The Queen of the Prowl has been writing some really good articles. She's a really good writer. Check that stuff out and go to Lions Nation Unite. We are brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. Herman 84, and you got to check that out. It is like a party for Lions fans.
Every day. She does a great job over there. I read the article. It is definitely good. She is doing her thing. The whole crew's over there. So go on and check us out at Lions Nation Unite. I don't know what you're waiting on, because all your favorite content creators are over there, including us, Dose Dion, Everything King, Macro Mike, all of us over there.
There go Mobby. Mobby's over
man. There goes Mobby. So go over there and check us out over there on Lions Nation Unite. Your one-stop shop, your ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Okay, so for me today, the Lions are signing a center, offensive lineman Ryan McMollum from the Texans practice squad. Now, this guy, he's played all up and down the line, but he's primarily a center. That makes me question, how serious is Ragnow's injury? How serious is this turf toe thing that he's dealing with? Because it has to be extensive, because already Dan Campbell has said, don't expect to see either Decker or Ragnow in week 5. So it's just going to be a long-term deal for Frank Ragnow. If you're signing backup players and you already have a backup center on your roster, that tells me that this is going to be a little bit more serious than what is led on to be right now. Now, it could be just conjecture by myself, but I don't know. The writing's on the wall when you bring in a backup guy from the practice squad from someone else. What do you guys think about that?
I think that he's 23 years old. He's a big dude. He's a big boy, man. And he plays center. He's going to be a backup. I don't know if they'll elevate him but I think it's a security measure. I'm not really sure that this means Ragnow to the IR, because I think we would have seen that already. I think they may have, but they think they're still running tests. I think probably by the end of the week, we'll know more on Frank Ragnow's injury. But I think this is for this week and possibly next week, because we have a center, but if he goes down, we don't have anybody. We have Logan Stenberg pretty much. So we needed the depth. I think it was a good signing because you had to put Aquara on IR. Yep. So you had a roster spot. So if we elevate him for Sunday's game, or if he's already on the roster,
we had to sign him to the active roster. So he's on the 53.
He's on the 53. Okay.
He's on the 53.
So he's on the roster, but he's a backup to Evan Brown, who did a really good job. I'm not complaining, man. He did good, but if he goes down, we needed some insurance. I think that's what this is.
Yeah, I agree. A depth move, and what you just said, Curt, you could play all up and down the line. So, more depth if anything else were to happen, possibly. I don't I'm hoping it's not that bad for Ragnow, but let's just say by the time he's ready to come back, we still haven't gotten a win. They might just say, "Hey, man, we'll see you next year."
Yeah,
definitely hope now. So McCullum we're gonna call him Flo because he's insurance from Progressive.
But you know what? One more thing on him. He's 23 years old, and it's kind of the Detroit Lions thing to bring in young guys that they could kind of develop. Watch for this guy maybe sticking on the practice squad and them trying to develop a young center to maybe be that heir apparent backup later on. Or maybe switch him to guard later on or something. I mean, you never know, but this is a Green Bay thing. They always get young offensive tackles, and then they build them up while their main guys are getting older and more experienced. They do this all the time.
Right. I like that. I do like that. All right. Hey, you know what you got to do, man. Hey, if you haven't done so already, you're going to get yourself some Lions gear already. Go over to fanatics.com. Click the link in the description. That's where my man is rocking that Barnes from Fanatics right there. Got that thing in the mail, man. That thing is fresh and fly, man. You looking good, brother. But go over to fanatics.com. Click the link in the description below because a portion of those proceeds go to help us grow the content on this channel. And then, while you got the mouse in your hand, you watching this video, go ahead, click the like button and subscribe to the channel because you know what you got to do. My man, LL, you up next, my guy. What you got?
Well, Curt, on this Wednesday, my news and rumors topic comes from PrideOfDetroit.com. And the headline says, Dan Campbell reevaluating fourth down decision. We're not good enough right now. Dan Campbell is doing a little self-reflection after Detroit's short yardage struggles. I'm just going to read a little bit from the article, and then I'm just going to take you guys' temperature on the topic. The Detroit Lions have a fourth down problem. The team has gone for it on fourth down more than any other team with 10 attempts through 4 games. But their conversion rate is one of the lowest in the league at just 30%. Those struggles were on full display during Sunday's game against Chicago Bears, where head coach Dan Campbell made 2 bold decisions to go for it on fourth down, deep in Bears territory, over kicking chip shot field goals. The Lions failed to convert both times, speaking of larger issues in the red zone on Sunday. And while Campbell said he did not regret either of those decisions during the game, he did admit on Monday afternoon that he's considering changing his strategy when it comes to those aggressive decisions. And they have a quote here that says, that's how I wanted to start the season, but we're not good enough right now. Campbell said, we're not functioning well enough right now or efficiently well enough to continue down that road until we really try to work on it. And then let's see if we can improve and get to where we want. So we're going to have to make it a serious focal point on the area to continue that way. Those are the facts. Now, I personally don't want Dan Campbell to change his aggressive ways, just maybe use some different plays. What do you guys think?
I think Captain Obvious has returned. First of all, hey, we're not good. Really? Thanks. Yeah, but no, I think this is a series of things that happen. Okay. So Dan Campbell says, hey, let's go for it. Anthony Lynn draws up the play and then the players execute. And his decision to go for it on fourth down and 1 or 2, this team should be able to convert. It's not his fault that the play sucks. It's not, I don't think. And it's not his fault that the players can't execute such play. Like Jared Goff, Mr. Checkdown. My problem with this whole thing is I think that he just doesn't have the talent yet.
Don't got the horses.
Tyrell Williams is out. That hurts us a lot, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at people that, like Curt has said this a lot. We're looking at practice squad guys that are catching the ball right now and first-year players and stuff. And we have Jared Goff at quarterback. So, yeah. And we got injuries on the offensive line. So maybe he does need to reevaluate and kick some field goals every once in a while. If he had a kicker, that'd be great too. But you got Curt.
Yeah. But looking at that in that they were in his range. I mean, they were inside of the really what you call the extra point area, and they were within that guy's range. I'm like, you can't keep leaving points on the board. I understand you want to be aggressive, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You got check down Charlie back there playing quarterback, and he's just not getting it done throwing the ball. So you have to put some points on the board. Don't leave points off, what I'm saying? Don't leave them on those, out there. You take all the points you can get. And like I said, that would have made that game a lot closer on Sunday. we had opportunity to score. You take those 3 points when you get them, and take your touchdowns when you can, but never leave points on the board. You never leave anything out there, and leaving those points going on fourth and whatever down in the red zone is really hard to really back those decisions. But hey,
one thing to add,
you gotta do something.
One thing to add, I've seen I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I've seen some yesterday talking about how good we were on converting on first and second down, but on third and fourth down is where we tend to, I guess, struggle or fizzle out. So just keep up that aggression after those first 2 plays, maybe.
Yeah, keep the same energy. Stop going away from what works.
Yeah,
that's
talking to you, brother.
I really hate that. Hey, if you guys love this channel and watch our show, hey, if you're on the go, you're taking a trip, all those things, you can check us out on Spotify, on your favorite podcast, Apple Podcasts. There's all kinds of them that we're on. So if you want to just take us on the go, hit up your favorite your favorite audio version, and then you can take us on the go. You're working out or something like that. You can Spreaker.com, Detroit Lions. There, you can look us up.
Definitely. Hey, you know what you got to do, man. Get on this bus, my man. Hey, get on this ride, Clyde, and join that march of 10,000, because it's some big things at 10,000 for us, and we're going to have some big things for you coming up right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now it's time for us to zip it and talk about what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. What we got first? Jim, you up.
Harpazo snatched, or as we like to call him, Brent. Everyone has to grow. It will take 2 more years of draft picks, and they will have to grow together. 3 more years should help a lot. And I hate to say it, but we might have to never look. we might have. I don't know, what am I saying there? I hate to say it, but we might have never look for another quarterback in the near future. I'm not sure that that's what he meant. I think he means that we need to look for another quarterback in the near future.
Yeah.
Let them learn under Goff for a few years. They have a long way to go. I'm not upset, but if we don't start winning 10 games plus in 3 years, I'm done. But I think that we'll be fine, not counting this year, the 3 years after that. Okay, so maybe he is saying we don't have to look for a quarterback in the near future. Okay. Got that wrong. Sorry, Brent. That's my bad.
All right. BHJ says it's early, but the number 1 pick may be our only chance that we have at getting Kayvon Thibodeau, who is touted as a future elite pass rusher, which do not grow on trees. I don't care. I wouldn't like that. I don't want the number 1 pick because that means that, what that means. But I'm not so sure about Thibodeau, man. He already hurt. And,
that's what I was thinking too.
And maybe it's one of those things to where I'm hurt a little bit, but I ain't about to come back and waste my, my number 1 pick status. But those guys usually come out and say it like, I'm just not playing. So I don't know. I'm not so sure about Thibodeau.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. All right. G.O. Raider says, it's important to remain calm. Pump your brakes as we are 4 games into a 34-game build. Wow, that's 2 years. Okay, but build before results are expected. I commented yesterday to start blah over Goff. That wasn't meant to be a fire sale, but to push Goff to be better. This is his second chance, and I think he needs to rebrand himself somewhat. I know our wide receiver group isn't the best. However, if Goff can give them more opportunity, I believe they can surprise some folks. Okay. If he simply trusts them more and rein in his first read or check down tendencies. Man, that's a really good. I like that Geo Raider. Check down Charlie gonna get it done. I mean, we gotta get him out there throwing that ball, man.
I like the nickname, but I hate the nickname. I wish you wouldn't that. Jay Scott says, seems sometimes like the difference between a good decision and a bad decision is execution. If we convert those fours, if we convert those fours and go on the score, the narrative becomes MCDC is brilliantly aggressive. I'm willing to give him time to figure things out because I believe he has it in him. Detroit is a tough gig when you have talent, much less with this roster. I agree, Jay Scott, and that is beautifully put.
Yeah, definitely. Really,
if a couple different outcomes here and there, our record is different. We talk about what they're talking about, Dan Campbell, different. Everything's different. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too. KC Bayboy says Stafford was here for 12 years. Some fans stopped giving him a pass for that reason and that reason only. Goff has been here for 4 games and showed flashes on both ends of the spectrum. Missing Terrell Williams is more than I thought it would be, to be honest. Any Goff and Stafford comparison isn't fair for the both of them. Rams don't win a Super Bowl. The trade wasn't worth it for them. Okay.
Okay.
It's 4 games for Goff, but I'm looking at tendencies. This is the thing. I've seen it in Jelani Tavai. We talked about Jamie Collins, and I've seen things in him. I'm seeing things in Jared Goff I just don't like. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Look off of safety every once in a while. Once a game, maybe that would be nice. I mean, look to a second read. There are more than one receiver out there. The play probably has 4. Including the running back, Definitely. So why is it, look here, don't look off anybody. Don't stare at the wrong receiver when you're going to go to another one. And then you just check it down every time. And you have time most of the time. And I don't understand that at all.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And that's what's hurting us quite a bit now. The receivers hurt us, but
he has flashes of good stuff.
He does.
The play, where he moved around and moved around through the pocket and got down the field where the play had broke down and he was dancing around in the pocket and moved up. And I was like, okay. And he does the rest of that stuff for the rest of the game. So, okay, move on. Okay, Lucky Belafonte to close it out says, new owner, new front office, new coaches, new GM, second youngest team in the league, and they're paying 14 players that are not on the roster. Yeah, that's very true. Fans have to give the organization time to do their job the right way. Absolutely. That is the epitome of pump your brakes. It's going to take a while to get this thing done. I like that comment very, very much.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. But we got rid of players we needed to get rid of. We don't want those type here. And if we have to take a salary cap hit, and the Stafford trade hurt us a little bit, but the dead money's there. It is what it is. And we are building. So that's what we got to do. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man, Curt.
Okay. Now looking at this topic for today, I wanted to touch on a little thing. Like we do have some veterans that we have on this team that can come in and play a bigger role. Such it being for the aforementioned, we talked about him earlier, Daryl Worley. It's time for him to go ahead and get out there and play. This guy has a good amount of experience, and it's time for him to go ahead and step in and to have that starting role in Week 5 versus the Minnesota Vikings. So you look at this roster, we're going to have to make some changes, and Daryl Worley has some very good experience. The guy got 54 career starts. He got drafted in 2016, but he's still only 26 years old. So you go ahead. He played some corner. He's played some safety, but you can get him out there on the boundary and playing some good defense for the Detroit Lions. I think it's just going to help. So you look at that. I look for a bigger role for him. He's kind of unknown on our roster right now because he really hasn't played a lot. So that's one of the guys that kind of brings into this topic for today, is that we need some veteran players, and we have them. We just got to start using them. Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites Cookies, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. You got the football special, 4 cookies, 4 helmets, 4 footballs, with the logo cookies for $35. They're really big cookies. They're big and tasty. We will have on the cookies tomorrow for the matchup versus the Vikings on Week 5. Yes, so we'll have the matchup cookies tomorrow. So go ahead and go over to Delightful Bites. Sweeten up your football viewing party with some Delightful Bite cookies. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on.
Wow. Final thoughts for today for me. there's so much there's so much ammunition being fired both ways right now. Just don't get caught in the crossfire. We need to pump the brakes, is what I've been saying the last couple of days. I think that's still true. Give Dan Campbell and the crew time to assemble a team first, maybe, and then we'll see how the decisions change when you have different people on the roster and the roster gets better. So anyway, also today at 3:00, we have the Gold members only meeting. That's 3:00 Eastern Standard Time for those of you that are on the West Coast, Matthew Ferguson. And and don't forget, Friday, we have Free for All Friday. It's like all kinds of people show up, and we just talk Lions football. Tomorrow is going to be a preview of the upcoming Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. It's going to be fun. We'll give our takes on that game. And that's what I got for today, man. Just everybody.
Yeah,
I agree. Pump your brakes. I like it, man. I'm some people look at the season, even though we got an extra game now, as like quarters almost, 4 games. So I'm just waiting to see what adjustments come after these first 4 games. Of course, FTV. Go ahead, beat the Vikings. And I really hate Kirk Cousins. So let's go out there and, let's go beat them bad.
Okay. Hey, my final comment, final thoughts for today's show is just it's going to be some growing pains. So, you got young players on this roster. We got one of the youngest teams in the league. It's just going to be a time for us. We're going to have to get, we're not going to get better really, really fast. It's just going to be some growing pains. You got a lot of injuries on this roster as well. They're piling up. So you're going to be forced to play some of these young players. But you know what? We're going to stay true. We're going to stay Detroit Lions fans. And, we're going to be here. We're going to ride or die for our team. This team wasn't meant to be turned around overnight. This wasn't a microwave build. It ain't popped Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and they're going to be a championship level team right off the bat. They don't have the roster for that. So cool it down. It's not the same old Lions. It's just definitely a lower talented team right now. And we're going to build up that talent level. I've said it too many times before. We have what we want, and we're going to get who we want here in the near future with all this draft capital and things of that nature. So, all right, now it's time for us to take that short little stroll over to the Detroit Lions on Prowl Wall of Fame, baby. First up, we have Detroit Drew. He's a DSA member. How's up, Drew? I know you're enjoying that, baby, still. You got Midwest Lion, the Latino Leo, Brian Stover, Bo Gagrius, Justin, let's crack one open. 10 Kate, Sage Roberts. Thank you for taking that Surratt off a long time ago. We appreciate that.
Yeah. No
Sub C Trap, City Boys Entertainment, Crystal Wiley, Bubba Bo, John Kaplan, Art Allen. We got the Flintstone is in the building. Mr. Bedrock himself, Jim Bo G. David Anderson. And he knows everything because he's the king of everything. He's everything king. Rounds out those bronze members. We have our silver members. We have Nomus J. That guy got some good content over there on his channel. So go check him out. Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold. Boy, I see you over there incognito in that LNU app over there. We have the signals in the sky for the Batman of the 313. Man, we need you to save this season for us. John Martin, the F5. That tornado is blowing through the building. We got Mr. Baguettes himself, Scotty the Bear, the Frenchman. And we have Gold Lions. And our gold members, Mr. Reliable himself. I know I'm going to see him at 3:00. Michael Huck, Justin the D, Pride 74, Doug Prince 72, the always inspirational Turner C. Burley is in the building. Dominic Davis. We have Larry McQuiston, Bob Korowski. We got Big Ferg, the writer extraordinaire himself. Ferg Lions 509 is in the building. Matthew Ferguson, Randall Flag 606, Miles Gibbs. The Gridiron Blitz is in the building. And Mr. Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken. Stay safe on those roadways, my brother. And the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that Join Now button in the description or the Detroit Lions on the Prowl logo at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, this has been a fun show today. And you know what, guys? just don't get too down. That's the thing. Don't get too down. This is a build year, and we're gonna get better and better and better. And I promise you that we will get better. But now we're gonna go to my man Curt for the end of the show.
Hey, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And success is not measured by how far you fall, but how far you bounce back up. So, hey, you know who we got right here. Go over and check us out on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And while you're there, click the link for lionsontheprowlshop.com. I got that "What Up Though" shirt today. I got to rock that thing on a Wednesday. Jim's got that Lions Family Prowl shirt back there in the background. So go over and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. And one more time, if you just want to take care of your manly parts, the tools for your family jewels are over at manscaped.com. Use that code DLOTP to get 20% off your order and free shipping over there on that website. It's Wednesday. You know what Wednesday is. It's hump day, baby. It's a hump day. So go ahead and finish your day. Grind it out. Get that napkin. Wipe off your mouth. Finish your drink and get back to work. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up. Ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.